I guess. Lucky to be that good looking.
How have you seen the offensive line kind of shape up? I know it's kind of hard to judge them in pass, without pass, but what have you seen so far?
I'm really happy with what we've done so far. We're only 4 practices in, but I think that we're gelling well. We're playing physical, and obviously there's going to be mistakes, but I think that we're playing really hard. So I'm happy with what we've done so far.
Just having that continuity on the left side with you, Bradley, and Ross, how much does that help?
It's great. I mean, those are guys that have a lot of experience. We've played together before, and so it's nice to be confident, with the guys that you're playing next to, and so it's been great through the spring and summer and fall camp so far.
I'm sure you match up with Raekwon a decent amount. Just what have you seen from him, and what makes a guy like that tough to go against?
I mean, obviously, just his natural athletic ability and size. I mean, that's a really big human being. But he's worked hard. I've been watching him since he came in last summer, and he's always one of the guys that's in the front of the 110s. When we're conditioning in the summer and working out hard in the weight room. So it's just good to see a guy like that come in and really develop physically to match up with just his natural athletic ability.
Have you ever faced another defensive lineman that tall, and just facing a guy that tall? What are some of the challenges with going against somebody like that?
Yeah, I mean, we've played some big guys in the SEC. Every time you line up and you look at the other guys, and they're big human beings again. So obviously the length of the arms, trying to get your hands inside on his when he's got massive arms. That's one of the biggest things. But overall, I mean, I just look at D lineman as another guy that you have to figure out how to beat. So it's just a different challenge.
What have you seen from the defensive line as a whole? Obviously, after replace a lot from last year, what have you seen from guys like Isaiah Fuggs and Jonah Williams, guys that maybe need to get a little more consistent to provide depth?
Yeah, I mean, it's big shoes to fill, obviously, following last year's D line. But from what I've seen so far, again, just a couple practices in, but they've all worked really hard and have that attitude about them that they represent Alabama's D line now, and there's a certain status that comes with that. And but I think they're living up to it. They're working really hard, and it's good to compete against them every day. It makes us better.
That's someone that kind of that did contribute as a freshman. What are you saying to the 3 freshman tackles, and what kind of advice do you like to give them?
Yeah, I think that it's a challenge. I know how tough it is to come in and play and compete at the level that we're expected to on a daily basis. But I think that it all just comes down to working hard. I mean, it's so cliche, but you come in, you learn your plays, you study them, you study extra film, spend extra time in the weight room, extra time with some of the older guys, learning the techniques and how to handle different situations. And I think they'll be fine. They all have the athletic ability to do it, and I've seen good things out of them so far. They've all worked hard.
The right side of the line, what do you see from those guys, and how's it shaking out?
Yeah, I mean, like we always say, Coach Saban's going to play the 5 best, and you might not always like it, but it's always fair. And so I'm not sure how it's all going to sort out in the end. But there's a lot of guys that are working hard, and a lot of guys that are showing, good things in practice. And so I'm just excited about gelling as a unit, and I think that we definitely have all the ability in the world.
What do you see from Matt Womack specifically that he's been able to hold off 5-star guys like Alex and Jedrick so far? I mean, just maintaining that spot.
Yeah, I think that, like I said, the 5 best guys are going to play. So if he's one of the 5 best, he's going to play, and that's just how we do it around here. But he's been working hard. He's obviously been here since before I was here. So, but since I've been here, he's been working hard, and I think that he's got his opportunity now. And so he's been doing good things, and I think that the coaches are happy with him, and so we'll see how it all plays out in the end.
You like seeing? I mean, you were a 5-star guy. You like seeing a guy with 3-star, whatever it means, to kind of rise to that challenge a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I think I always kind of didn't think of myself as a 5-star. I think anyone else is a 3-star, anything like that. I think when you show up here, everyone's all at the same level, and it's kind of up to you to create your own identity here. So I never really thought of it that way, and I always made an effort to not try to carry myself differently because of what some random guy thinks that I am. So.
Jonah, what's the overall feeling with you guys just about this offense and what you guys are capable of going into this year?
I think there's a lot of excitement, because we have so much talent, and I think it comes down to us executing, and that's really it. I think that it's not a matter of who we have. It's a matter of how well can we execute what we have to do on any given play, and so there's definitely that energy that if we all do our jobs and we all do it right, it's going to be a big play, or it's going to be successful, and we're going to be successful as a unit. So it's a good situation to be in. We're not worried about getting manhandled. You're not worried about just getting beat. It's how good can we possibly be? How close can we get to our ceiling? So I think that's kind of the vibe that I've gotten so far.
It's just across the board. I mean, you guys have Jalen coming back to quarterback. You have the group of running backs you do. Seems like at every position you guys are in a really good spot going into the year. Is that something that you guys see?
Yeah, I mean, it's guys that you've been working with all summer, guys you've been working with, most of them in the spring and sometimes past seasons. So you know what everyone's capable of. And I think as an offensive line, a lot of times it's our job to get people in the positions. If we can't block, the receivers, don't have enough time to run their routes before the quarterback has to get rid of the ball. We open up the lanes for the running backs. And so I think that's one of the things that we've taken on us as a unit is we want to help everyone else flourish and everyone else be successful. Because we're capable of it.
It's like to block for a group of running backs like you guys have right now.
It's exciting because A, if we do our jobs, we know it's going to be a big play, and B, if somebody messes up a little bit, it might still be a big play, So it's definitely a blessing to have a stable of guys like that, and also guys with such a good attitude. I think that a lot of times as skill players, you would think that they would be cocky because of all the success that they've had, but they're all just workhorses, And so that's definitely exciting that no matter who we have back there, we're gonna be successful.
You're known as a pretty big film junkie. How much film have you watched this offseason, whether yourself or maybe even teams you're gonna play, and what have you been looking for individually?
A lot. I mean, I'm a film junkie, but I try not to watch too much of the other teams, because I don't think that does a lot of good just to worry about what somebody else might be doing because of what they did against someone else. So I try to watch, obviously, everything that we've done last year and in years past. Also, a lot of what the Patriots have done, just with Coach Dable coming in, and then guys in the NFL that I look up to, left tackles like Tyron Smith and Joe Thomas and guys like that. Because I think that you can always get better and you can always learn something. Even those guys can get better. So that's really how I've been watching it now, is from that perspective of just.
Two more. Is there a guy that comes out and kind of joins you in the film room? Is there another film junkie on the team that really stands out?
I mean, I think that's one of the things that we've been working on this offseason, is having a better understanding schematically, understanding how defenses work better, their structure, the schemes of our plays. And so I think that a lot of the guys, I couldn't even name one out specifically because we do spend a lot of time. I mean, we meet as an O-line a little bit extra sometimes just to watch film and either help out the younger guys or smooth things out with the older guys.
You mentioned watching the Patriots. I mean, are you starting to see a ton of similarities between what they're doing and what you guys are doing now?
I mean, naturally, but Dable's came in and adjusted to what we run, and also installed some of his own things. So it's not going to be a stark difference or similarity either way. But it's always, I mean, what a team to watch. It's pretty impressive. So.
Thanks, Joe. Fire away when ready.
Well, John was just kind of talking about, a lot of times with skilled players in the NFL, you see guys that are kind of meat players. They want, to get their stats. They want to do this. But there's none of y'all among the running back group that are very me. You're all kind of team oriented. What's that about?
It's just about becoming a team player, try to help the next guy out to get a better result. And, it's all about creation.
How do you feel physically in terms of workload you're taking on this fall so far?
I'm feeling pretty good. It's a body feel good. Legs feel good. So I'm feeling pretty great right now.
How tough was it to sit out that second half and kind of miss out on that championship second half?
That's something that I can't go back and speak on. That book is closed, so I'm only focused on what's going on right now and not the past.
Bo, when you answer your questions, answer them towards the cameras.
Right.
They can still pick you up, and this way you're looking at the camera when it's.
Did you say that's about creation a minute ago? You answered the question.
Yeah.
What is that? What do you mean by that?
I mean, it's about helping each other out and, you know, showing them the rope and learning from each other. You know, even though we the oldest guy, you know, there's something that we can take from the younger guys and we can put it into our perspective, and that's how you make creation.
What are some things you've taken from Najee? He's one of those guys, young guys. You seen any part of his game that you're impressed with and just want to?
Najee and Josh Jacobs, they're pretty similar, and they very shifty. They can stick their foot in the ground and get upfield real quick, and you know that's something that I'm kind of taking from their game, and you know that's something that we all need to take from each other.
Is it strange to see a running back that's as big as you?
Say it again?
Najee is almost as big as you. Is it strange to see a running back that kind of has your size like that?
I mean, you know, it's just about us being a team player. Then it doesn't matter the size or how tall or how big the guy is. It's all about, you know, coming together as one.
How well do you kind of know some of the former running backs like Mark Ingram and Glenn Coffey, those guys?
I know them pretty well. I mean, you know, by being a running back here, you kind of get the relationship of the past running back because they come around often.
Is there a lot of talk about, you know, trying to improve in technique, or is it just getting to know them away from football?
You know, it all depends on what time of the year that they come. If they come during practice, and then, you know, of course, it's always a buzz in your ear.
Is there one thing in particular that you've learned from those guys?
There's a lot that I learned from them.
Well, when you look at Alabama's back, certainly there's a lot of quality there, but there's one common piece, and that's Burton Burns. Can you talk about what makes him such a special coach?
Because he always focuses on the little things and not the big picture, because, you know, when we focus on the little thing, that will make us better players. And one thing I can say about Coach Burns is that, you know, he always going to push us and, you know, never make us feel like the job is done, which the job is never done.
How does the mix of younger guys and some older guys, just the running back core that y'all have, how does the competition in practice, how good is that for y'all individually?
Like I said before, I don't call it competition, I call it creation, because we all together as one, we all on the same team, and, you know, we trying to help each other out, become better players and better persons.
Jonah a minute ago was talking about how exciting it is with some of the playmakers on the team for offensive linemen, knowing that they have an opportunity to put you guys in really good position. Do you guys look at the offensive line kind of the same way? Feel like they can really help you guys out?
Yeah, the offensive line is a big piece to our puzzle, and, you know, without the offensive line, the running back or the quarterback can't work or do their job what they're supposed to do. So whoever's up front, you know, we take full responsibility of it, and we feel comfortable with the guys up front, whoever's up front. And, you know, that's where it's all start up front, so we got to give credit to those guys, because without them, the job can't get done.
How much better do you think Jalen's gotten since last year?
Jalen been pretty good this off season. He came a long way, you know, not being on the athletic side, but as, you know, mature level. I think that he matured a lot, and I think that he gonna be a better player.
Aside from just looking to come back from the leg injury, what are some of the other things that you focused on since the end of last season that you've been looking to either add, improve on in your game?
That's something that I kind of keep to myself. I don't like to spread it around, but you know, mainly is to sustain and be consistent.
You guys do anything yesterday for Jalen's birthday?
Oh, that's something I can't tell you. You know?
You're a guy that, you know, whether it's one thing or another, you know, you kind of had to wait your turn a little bit too, like a lot of players here at Alabama, to get your shot. What's it like this year now, being one of the guys that people are expecting to not just have a major contribution, but to do big things?
You know, it's not all about being the guy. It's out because without the other running backs, you know, no one can be the guy. And we help each other be that guy, and whoever in the game, we want them to be that guy, and we want them to do their job, and we want them to do their job well. And like I said, we feed off of each other, so we're very happy when we see each other doing a great job. So,
What's the relationship been like with the running backs and Coach Dable? How's he kind of
We respect him a lot as a coach, and he respects us as players. And he the offensive coordinator, so and we do everything that asks, even the little things, and we're trying to put the team together as one. So the relationship with the running back it's been pretty involved a lot.
How much can this offense expand, especially by utilizing running backs as passing options more so than maybe in previous years?
Hopefully that this offense can be balanced, and I want to say that it would be more running or more throwing. Whatever Coach Davis call, that's what we expect to do, and that's what he expects us to do. And we got to go out and do our job, and we got to do it correctly.
What do you think the biggest thing is that you can do that people haven't had a chance to see you really do yet at the college level?
That's something that I would kind of keep to myself, because I can't put expectation on things that haven't happened yet. Only thing I can go off of what's next and what's in front of me. Whatever happens, gonna happen. That's God's plan, and it's not mine. So whatever happens, happens.
Thanks, Bob.
Thank y'all.
Thank you both.
Did you get to go to the birthday party? Jalen?
I didn't know anything about a birthday.
What's that competition like among the outside linebackers right now? I mean, obviously losing some guys like Tim and Ryan, guys that have been there for a long time. What's competition like right now?
I mean, we're not really looking like that. I mean, the competition brings the best out of each and every one of us. So we working hard every day, and we just know each other. We got to bring it every day. So that's what we're doing. Can you repeat that? He's a young guy. He came and he worked hard. I mean, he's still early. We only gonna practice 5. So I mean, he's doing a great job right now. So see how that goes.
Big kid though. You see many guys at his size?
He big, and he coming from Louisiana. I mean, they some pretty good football players, and he's becoming one.
Do you see a lot of maybe yourself in him? You're a big guy yourself.
I see myself as far as like coming in and wanting to learn like he does. He wants to learn, so you can tell that.
What kind of conversations did you have with your brother, this summer when he was considering, going somewhere else?
I'm not really here to talk about my brother.
Biggest difference in your game, do you think, this year as opposed to last year? When you play?
I'm trying to work on being more consistent, but everything else, I'm just working hard and trying to take on more of a leadership role in my room since we lost guys like Ryan and Tim. So.
What did those guys bring behind the scenes that people didn't see last year that needs to be fixed?
They was always a listening ear. You know what I'm saying? They always had the right answer for when I needed it. Like they had already went through what I was going through.
What did you learn from them in particular, Ryan and Tim? What was the lesson you got?
I mean, it's hard to assimilate everything I learned, because I learned a lot from them guys. So, I mean.
The one message or one point that they kind of hammered home?
Not really. I just try to. What would they do at this particular situation in time? So I just try to do that.
You're still a young guy yourself, but are there times when you actually have to have those answers now? There's a lot of freshmen in that group.
Yeah, it is. It is a time like that. I just try to. It's all about the little decision that you make outside of football that leads over into football. So I try to make little decisions and becoming more mature outside of football too. That helps me have the decision and those answers on the field for the young guys.
What does your wristband mean?
It's humble over hype. I try to be humble over all the hype. So it's basically what it says. It's humble over hype.
Hard to do that in an environment like at Alabama?
Not for real, because we pride ourselves on hard work and always focusing on what we got to do to become better individually and on working on ourselves.
We hear about Tosh so much as a recruiter. How good of an on-field coach is he, though?
He's a great coach. He always got the juice. When you see a guy like that, when you coming in rough day, when you see a guy like that, it just change your whole momentum towards the day. Like when you see a coach like that,
I mean, he always bringing it.
Make sure you answer to the cameras,
Okay.
no matter what.
Does he surprise you and how he can always kind of keep that juice? I mean, like, there were some days where you're like, damn.
I mean, Tosh, he a different breed. He from the West Coast, so I guess them guys up there are different. They always got the juice.
Who are some of the players who maybe bring the most energy in practice?
I mean, we all have to depend on each other to bring the juice. Like, 'cause some days you might not be feeling it, and another person you have to lean on him. So we all pride ourselves off try to be that guy for our teammate. We play for each other. You know what I'm saying?
There's been a lot of talk about the defensive line kind of facing a lot of turnover this year, but obviously that second group, that linebacker group, a lot of turnover there. Y'all feel like people maybe overlooking y'all as a position group?
Not really, because at the end of the day, we're a team and everything. When you look at end of the game, it's gonna be one, and we just working hard every day and trying to get better.
What do you think the playing time you got last year helped you head into the season?
I think I ain't really comfortable. I want to say I got experience. I got much experience that I needed. I played in a couple big games, and I mean I had guys like Ryan and Tim and people like that. They always, I mean, they were great players. So I could watch them for 2 years and learn from them. So
It was nice, after watching for a couple of years, to kind of get your shot. You Christian, several of y'all are kind of getting your moment now.
yes, sir. Absolutely.
A couple more. You feel like even though you guys weren't necessarily the first group last year, there's still a lot of talent there that you all have. You all
Yes,
can
sir.
still do a lot in your own right.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like I said, we had those great players in front of us. It's hard to replace those guys, but I mean, we working hard every day and taking the right steps and becoming better as a player and as men.
You mentioned people having to lift their teammates up. Are there any players, any of your teammates who are particularly adept at that really get people going if they're maybe down a little bit?
Can you repeat that?
Well, I guess leaders, who are the defensive leaders maybe that are evolving?
We all try to be a leader. Like we don't. It ain't really people that I could sit here and name that could be leader, but everybody try to be a leader. It ain't just a certain group that's leaders. We can all be a leader. Because if I'm doing something wrong, I want them to pick me up just like I would pick them up if I see them doing something wrong.
Thanks, Sam.
Thank you.
Thank you all.